Alright, so no mic today. I need to get this new one that my barber showed me. That's long story short, comes with two mics, just like these, with the adapter, but they come in a charging case. So I can always put them back in the charging case, keep the charging case charged. They're always gonna be charged, and they might even last longer. These, I don't know how long they last, but I wanna say they're good for probably a couple hours, I don't know. Long story short though, in this video we're gonna talk about getting out of your head. Could have said overthinking, but we're not talking about overthinking. It's more so like, yeah, you're already in your head, you're overthinking, but this is how to get out of your head, you know? So, yeah. You know, I got my big ass water bottle. I got ice, water, lime, and pink salt to hydrate. So, getting out of your head, I'm only really on the topic because I find myself in biggest one in my life, like I told y'all, my love life. And I overthink a lot. Am I doing the right thing? Did I make the right decision? Did I hurt the other person? Go through a million and one things. The moral of the story is, it's all just, it goes back to a billion and one things. It could be fear, could be, it's really just fear and anxiety, which causes the overthinking. And it could be, from somebody left you in the past, treated you badly, this, that, the third. Silence. I always thought I sit with myself pretty good with silence, but up until when you talk to somebody, dating somebody, whatever you want to call it, that person becomes, and maybe, the guys out there that, will watch this, whatever, can relate. Cause I can only really speak for the guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure we've all had that woman or women that become, when you start dating them, talking to them, they become, our world. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have shit going good in your life, or you're not busy enough, or whatever it is. It's just more so like you just have like a really strong feeling for them, and you want to include them in your life in every which way, if you could, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I am. I've noticed I'm very intense, very passionate, very a lot of the interactions I've had that didn't last, they were very quick and passionate and intense, this, that, and the third. And so now learning, unlearning those bad habits, creating better ones, and getting accustomed to things that are uncomfortable, which is right now. And getting out of my head, helps, because sometimes I'm in my head thinking damn, did I do something wrong, did this and that, but it's just a different dynamic in what I'm dealing with now versus, not dealing with, but it's a different dynamic where I'm at now than anything I've had in the past. So that's why I brought up to, you guys that, change is a scary thing. Learning new things can be scary. Dealing going through something that's uncomfortable because you're not used to it is scary, but it's doable. And you know, it's hard sometimes. You gotta stay busy. You know, you're gonna have your feelings, you're gonna miss them, you don't wanna talk to them. And that's probably the part that hurts the most, right? Because it's like, I really wanna talk to them, spend time with them, do this. And there's times where you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got life, you got life. But I've always been the person that pretty much no matter what. But that's the thing though, I'm not perfect, I make mistakes. So there's definitely been times where haven't done the best at communication or communicating. But for the most part, I strive for, like, even if I'm busy, I make time to reach out to the people or the person, the woman I'm talking to, whatever it is. And I do that because it's not that I can't be busy, it's that she's important as well. And sometimes, a lot of times I get in my head or upset, whatever, and I'm breaking it down to you guys how my mind works. So maybe if things you can relate to, we get back to, you know, getting out of your head. I might be like upset or whatever, feeling a little type of way, but then I'm like, that's just how I would do things or how I like things done or how this, that, but this other person, she's not me. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta remember that too, and that can help you, you know, get out of your head. Like, you know, breathe, go smoke your cigar, go for a run, for a walk, go to the gym, do whatever little things you like to do. And, you know, create time and space for those things just as much as you create for the other person. And just focus on not worrying. And obviously it's easier said than done because you're gonna worry. Like today, I was in my head a lot. And I said, you know what, bro, I need to do my YouTube video. Because I want to do my YouTube video, you feel me? And I didn't get to do this while I was in Puerto Rico, which I would have loved to do, but wasn't meant to be. On the next run, I'll do it. But even just realizing that your anxiety, your fear, your this, your that also comes from because you really care about this person, love this person, whatever it is, they matter a lot to you. And you don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose that connection. And because there's silence or because there's this or that, you may get in your head and overthink. And so getting out of your head by talking out loud, like with yourself. I use ChatGPT sometimes because I feel like that shit gives me, real talk, I feel like that shit gives me like some solid ass advice because it's like, it doesn't have the emotions that we do. So it's not gonna give me anything based off of an emotion. Like it's not gonna give me, ChatGPT, shit like that can't give you, like I like to look at it where a lot of other people that may not have good intentions, I mean, for one, you wouldn't ask them for advice, so I guess scratch that. But even if it's like your friends, right? I guess you can still apply that, right? We might have friends sometimes that they're not good friends and we're just good to them and we don't see it. And let's say between now and 2 months from now, before you cut them off, you ask them for advice, but you've just been good to them and they've given you their advice. They may give you shitty advice because they don't want to see you do good. And they've also had bad experiences that they dealt with that you didn't deal with. And so they're sharing what they would do. And then they're giving you bad advice because they don't care about your relationship or whatever it is. And so, I feel like when I go to ChatGPT, there's none of that. ChatGPT not gonna give you no advice based on a relationship or this, because there is none. It's just strictly like what you're telling it and just the facts. And I'm like, I like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's neither here nor there. But you need to get out of your head. Focus on the facts. You know, if you're spending time with somebody, whoever it is, it could be a sibling, could be your cousin, could be spur, whatever that person means to you, apply this. Just look at the facts. Sometimes, yeah, they may not be the best when you're not around them, but when you're with them, if you have a great time and y'all talk, communicate, this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? They do that for you. that don't create fake scenarios and overthink in your head when you don't need to, because you don't ever need to. It's just fear because you care about them and you don't want to lose them, this, that, and the third, things you went through in the past, trauma, anxiety, all these things. So getting out of it, go to the gym, go for a walk, do a video like I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Smoke, do whatever it is you need to do. It's your life. I had points where just 2 years ago, I think it was 2025, somewhere in there, I was talking to somebody and our relationship was it was toxic because I feel like I was giving a lot, and she was purposely not giving me the things that I need, like just quality time together. I crave that, you know what I'm saying? And moral of the story is, throughout that time period, I was having nights in a row, like in a week, 3, 4, 5 nights, where like I'd call her, whatever it is, and I'm like, I can't sleep. And I'm just anxious, like my body's up till 5, 6 in the morning because my heart's racing, I'm feeling anxious, like adrenaline. And I realized it was something with my anxiety that like, it was just going off, like it was God, something telling me like, you need to get rid of this. Because it was just hurting me so much, because it's like, I'm a loving person. Everybody in this world deserves love, kindness, appreciation, spending, like, me, I don't need, some people require more than others. I don't need a crazy amount, but obviously if you were to ask me, yeah, smother me in that shit. I want you to, like, show me that, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know me as a man, I could show that. I have no problem. You know what I'm saying? But again, getting out of your head, relaxing, because that's how I would do things. Not everyone is like me. Most people are not going to be like me. They may have similarities, but they're not going to do the shit how I do this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say when if you need to let things go, whatever it is, let that person talk to whoever, because they don't see that other guy that she talked to, that other shorty you talked to, is not gonna be nothing like the person that you was with. They're never gonna be them. They're gonna be themselves, and you're not gonna find that other person in someone else. And if you do, it might be in the wrong way, in a bad way, which is you not learning your lesson, right? But I'm looking at it right now, right now I'm in a different type of scenario, It's different than anything I'm used to, and it does make me sometimes feel like scared, But I'm learning to respect, differences in others more, and realizing that other people operate differently, and that's okay. If it's one thing I know, it's that, I love her. And I love the woman that she is. And, I'm just sharing my experiences with y'all, keeping it bare minimum, trying to keep it bare minimum, not share like my whole life, but I'm not afraid to share, just a little something. And they say, love is a commitment. Even with loving yourself, So getting out of your head, you gotta commit to just working at that, to better yourself. because that's how you're gonna better yourself. And if you love yourself, you're gonna do that. And so I'm working at that, you know, every day, even little baby steps, to just not worry and give in to these emotions and things, because there's no need. And one thing I used to tell myself that I start telling myself again was like, just remember, like, you know what, fuck it. If that person, whoever it is, does something behind your back, it's okay. God will reveal that to you. Everything comes to light. You know what I'm saying? I like to look at it as, if you do everything in your power to do right by whoever's in your life and be a good, honest, loyal person, and somebody else doesn't do that by you, that's okay. Because the worst thing is for them to deal with is knowing that they're gonna go to the grave one day with that bullshit, and you're not. Because if you're keeping it, you know, you're keeping it real, being yourself, being loyal and honest, you have nothing to worry about. I think I low-key like this more, even though y'all can't see, you know, but y'all get the, you know, get the idea. One thing I would do to get out of my head, when I feel like I'm really anxious, I start breathing like that. Do that for a minute, and then either in between or after, however you want to do it, just telling yourself everything's okay. You know, it's okay, Jack. It's okay, whatever your name is. Say that to yourself, you know, everything's okay. Everything's okay. Even when it's not, it's okay. Because it's a part of life. And then guess what? It's going to go back to being okay. You get me? If that makes sense. But, yeah, man. It's definitely not easy. It's not something that happens overnight. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. I don't know how long that is, but it's going to take time. And that's okay. It has to be okay. Yeah, man, that's really all I want to share with y'all is just, you know, work at it every day. If you need to get out of your head, talk to somebody. Talk to yourself, ChatGPT, go for a walk, go for a run, do what you need to do. And recognize, like, hey, these are just thoughts in my head, these are just emotions. What triggered them? Why am I feeling this way? Address that. Then when you're like, okay, I'm feeling this way because of this, go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, so what are the facts? Do I have, are these emotions, these thoughts, this anxiety, is it true? Usually it's not. If anything, it's not. Your anxiety is just lying to you. You're getting anxious about something that is in your head that's a scenario, fake scenario you created, or something you dealt with that may not apply now. But just remaining calm and just trying to stay, you know, calm and grounded, just, you know, that's the way to go. And however you have to do it, just get it done. Go train, do whatever it is you need to do. You know? And everything's gonna be okay, man. Everything's gonna be okay. Play the game, make some clothes, sell some clothes, go talk to people, go to your, whatever it is, hang out with your friends, something, you know? Everything's gonna be alright. Peace.